All right. Um, all right. Welcome everyone to the another video, another study skills session from Northstar College in Hargeisa, Somaliland. My name is Dylan Anderson, and I am the curriculum coordinator at Northstar College, at the Northstar College campus. And every week I do a different short video about different study skills to help you become a more independent learner. Today we're talking about effective note-taking. Effective note-taking is very important because it's basically how you kind of take the information from your classes and kind of bring them home so that you can use them and you can kind of review them independently by yourself. So the plan today, we will talk about being selective when note-taking. We will read a text and select what notes you should take, and then discuss what is important information and what is unimportant when taking notes. So, so the first question we're going to consider is, what is the most important information? Now, the first thing we can do is listen for and write anything introductory at the beginning. Usually, in a lecture, or like a video that you're watching, the main idea of a topic will show up at the beginning of a class. And so the teacher will probably talk about the main ideas first and then give more detail on them later. But you can listen to what's going on in the introduction of the video or the class as a way of knowing, what the main idea is. So usually the most important information is going to be given at the beginning. Now, when you're taking notes for your class or for your online program, there are different signal words that teachers, educators will commonly use when they give lectures. And some examples are, if they talk about, okay, there are 4 main parts to this, or there are, this has 2 sections, or this is split up into 3 different parts. There, a lot of the time, the teachers will kind of give a signal that there will be different kind of chapters or parts or segments of a particular lesson, and you can do that. That will help you organize your notes. You can kind of write like 1, 2, or 3, something like that. Next, you can write to sum up. If they say like to sum up or kind of overall, in general, something that kind of signals kind of maybe the end. This will also kind of be another signal for important information, for kind of a summary of what the basic points are. And another one we can say is we use this because of X, Y, or Z. We use this because of something. And so because is kind of a signal word because it shows you cause and effect. It shows you why something is being used, why something is being, taught to you. So because is a very important word to listen for. If in your class or in your video, you heard the teacher repeating a word many times throughout the lecture, it's important to write that word down and understand what it means. So if you kind of, every couple minutes, you hear a teacher saying one specific word, it's important to write that word down because that word is going to be very important to understand the basic ideas, the most important information in whatever you're learning. Excellent. So we're going to read a text together and select which information is important and which is not. So, for example, we have this text here, and if anyone is watching, you can pause the video and kind of watch it yourself. I suggest right now you pause the video and you kind of think about what information would be important in a summary of this paragraph and what information wouldn't be that important. Okay. Great. So here, I've underlined some information, and we're going to think about if this is important information or if it's not that important. So I have, to reduce the number of cars, the city of Murica, Spain, asked people to turn them in. Car owners can give any car, new or old, but it must be paid for. The city wants people to use its new, greener trams, and then there's any tram that I've also underlined there. They exchange their car and in return get a free lifetime pass to use on any tram. Now I've underlined the City of Murica asked people, it must be paid for. The city wants people to use its new trams, new greener trams, and I said on any tram. We'll look at example B. Let's see if this option is any better. I underlined to reduce the number of cars, Murica, Spain, ask people to turn them in. Owners can give any car, they can exchange their car, and then free lifetime pass on any tram. So in this paragraph, what I've underlined here, do you think it's more important information or less important information? Say if you were trying to give the summary to someone who didn't read this paragraph. So example B was better for the following reasons. It answers certain questions you may have about the topic, such as what is the city doing, how are they doing, is it likely to work, etc. One thing you can do before you take notes, if you know the topic of a lecture, if you know the topic of a class, you can try to think of some questions that you would have about that topic and see if your notes answer those questions about the topic. And so even if you know the topic, maybe you could do a little bit of research online and, you know, take the parts that you don't understand. You can use that to your advantage. You know, you can look at those parts. You can look at those pieces of information, those different parts that you don't understand, and those can actually help you because they can help you formulate questions. So if you don't understand something, form a question about it. And then if you come to the class with questions, that will help you be much more engaged in the lesson and help you be much more engaged in the note-taking in general. So yeah, so that's just some general advice. That's it for this video, just a little short some pieces of advice on how to take notes and how to decide which information is important and which information isn't important. I hope it was helpful. Please leave a comment on the video if you have any questions, and we'll do our best to answer the questions as quickly as possible. All right, thank you very much. Goodbye.